It's been a while. What's going on, YouTube? This is What Would Josh Do, and this is my review of the Pixel 4a. Now, if you've been watching my channel for a while, you know that I'm not a big fan of reviewing phones because there's a lot of much better people out there than I. This review is basically just me saying, hey, my SIM card's still in my Pixel 4a and not in my Pixel 4 XL. And it currently has a Speedgen case on it. Most or both of my phones do, actually. So I'm going to go ahead and do a review of this. Now, I also want to say that, yes, it's been a while since I've uploaded. For a while now, people have not been able to comment on videos. If you do see comments open, they'll be disabled shortly. YouTube does not allow my channel to have comments, unfortunately. So if you want to reach me, please do so on Twitter or Instagram. I do plan on doing, coming up with a way, like maybe Patreon or some way of letting people say things, because without comments being enabled, it has totally discouraged me from making any videos at all, because what's the point? You know, people can't say, hey, you should have done this better, you should have done that better. I've used that feedback for years now, and it's how I've gotten to where I am today. And I love hearing from people. And so please reach me on Twitter or Instagram, because my comments are disabled or will be disabled shortly after this video goes live. So anyways, my SIM card is still in the 4A. And I think the biggest reason is the fact that it's so convenient laying in bed in the dark and just unlocking with my fingerprint like that and being done. With my Pixel 4 XL, which is a lot heavier, my word, I have to use my face to unlock it. And if I have a face mask on, or it can't read my face because of darkness or something, I have to put in a code. On this, I just use my fingerprint. So that is the biggest reason I've went and stayed with this phone. The only reason I want back with the 4 XL is the bigger screen. That is literally the only reason why, if I were to put my SIM card back in this phone, why I would do that. Because my SIM card is currently in this phone, and it has stayed in this phone ever since I've done the unboxing. Battery life is phenomenal. I forget to charge it. I go to the second day where I'm like, oh, okay, it's at 40-30%, let me charge it. And then when you do need to charge it, it has fast charging at like 18 watts. So it is a fast little charger. You get a full charge in like under an hour, or just about an hour, charging rapidly. So battery life on this phone has been not a concern at all. It's been great. In a way, I do like the screen size being so small, because I can, with one hand, do pretty much everything. I don't have to use two hands at all. There's already a ton of videos talking about this camera, but that's one of the biggest selling points of this phone. It has an amazing camera for what you're paying for this phone. You're not paying $1,200, $1,300, $1,400, even more than that after tax. You're paying, $300 to $400 for this phone, like $349, and you're getting an amazing camera. I absolutely miss the screen size of this one. Like, the screen real estate on this is just, it's so nice. And also, since this is Pixel, remember how I told you in my unboxing that if you go Pixel, you're not going to regret it? So check this out. If I go to my settings here and I go down to System and Advanced there, what does that say? Android 11. This phone has Android 11. Does your phone have Android 11? Probably not. So you hold down the power button, and now you get all these little things. Like, I can view my thermostat, which tells me that it's set to 72 degrees. And there we go. I can see my cameras from my Nest. So let's choose the outside camera there. And this is how I basically check to see if the bus is coming or not. In the winter, those trees aren't so green, so you can see right through them. But yeah, so now you have your restart, power off, and all that other stuff with your apartment or whatever you have. And now, check this out. So you have the option to do a built-in screen recording in Android 11. So basically, I just edited my tiles, and I customized it. It was hidden like down here or something. And I basically just put it where I want it. So now when I drag down my status bar, these are the things I use the most. My VPN, my flashlight, do not disturb, Bluetooth, which I don't really use too often. I just mostly use it to connect to something real quick. But and then my smart record. So now you can actually record an app. So I can do like device audio and show touches. And if you do it like this, it'll be like a long vertical video. But if you open an app that's long ways, like this, and you drag down to record, hit start, and now we're recording our phone. And then you can go ahead and stop the recording. And there it is. We can play it back. And boom. So now you have built-in recording in Android 11, which is awesome. Before, there was like a hidden way of enabling developer options, USB debugging, sending a code, like a command line. Anyways, it was a little more involved, and now it's just right there built into the system. Lots of little things. When you go to your recent apps, now you see like a screenshot and a select, and there's just a lot of different things you can do. You can edit it, and yeah. So Android 11, it's here. It's on the Pixel 4a. There's a lot of little things here and there that you notice when you get doing things like sharing things, like the Android nearby. There's a lot of little tweaks here and there that you notice after the fact. Like you don't notice it right away. You're like, oh, I just updated to Android 11. What's new? And you start to notice things as time goes on, like your recent apps here, and then seeing your screenshot. And this phone has given me no reason to change from it. I can do apps like Fortnite, and it plays at 30 frames per second, and it works fine. I need to update it because I haven't played it in a little while. I just basically played it to test it out. So every game I've tried to play on it, like Township, that will take like a Fire, HD Fire, like Amazon, and slow it down. This thing has not done that. This thing has ran everything I've tried to run, as well as my Pixel 4 XL. I know I've said that a few times in this video, but this phone has given me zero reasons, besides the screen size, to switch back to my 4XL. I'm new to this game, so don't judge me when I make errors. And I'm looking through my camera and viewing my phone. So I promise you, if you buy this phone, you're not going to be like feeling like you're buying some like little budget thing that's barely going to get by with the things you need it to do. That is not the case with this phone. And of course, you have the little gestures where you swipe to go around your menus. It's kind of what it's evolved to, and I like it. That way you don't have buttons always on your screen that you'll never use. If I run a benchmarking app, yes, this is going to score a little bit higher than this phone because this does have the 855 and this has not an 855. But in day-to-day use, you're not going to notice the difference. I think you'd have to be running something like a video editor on your phone, like Power Director. If you took the same exact project, this phone would definitely finish a little bit faster than this phone because it does have that faster processor. But it's only when you do like things that are really going to push it to the max that you're going to get a little bit better performance with the 4XL. This phone is quite awesome. I live in the Kansas City area, so I do have 5G. My wife has the S20 Ultra, and she gets 5G, so she gets like 180, 170 down on her phone. And this only has 4G LTE, so it gets like 100. Definitely wish this was a 5G phone, and they are making a 4A 5G, so you'll be able to order that. And I'm assuming it'll just cost a little bit more than this phone. And if you live in an area that has 5G, definitely go for 5G. If you live in an area that doesn't have 5G and you don't plan on moving for a long time, then save a little bit of money and go with the 4A, non-5G. After this video, my SIM card will stay in this phone. If it wasn't for the mandatory face mask thing when you're out, in public, I would probably put it back in this phone, only specifically for the screen size. That's it. Oh, that's a lie. There's one other feature. When I have my alarms go off on this phone, since it has proximity to detection, it won't blare that alarm at full volume because it knows that I'm right near the phone. So it'll like be a gentle, softer one. So I do like the sensors it has for like proximity. Like it knows that I'm near my phone, which is pretty awesome. But that fingerprint right there, that's I can't even tell you how much I enjoy that instead of using my face. It's so awesome. If you're in the market for a phone, you don't want to drop $800, $900, $1,000 on a new phone, definitely consider this. Android 11. You're going to get Android 11.1, Android 11.5, Android 12, whatever comes out next, you're going to get it. You're going to get it. Just like this went from Android 10 to 11 in your phone. If it's not a Google Pixel, it is probably stuck on its operating system for a little while. I want to talk about the speakers. So it has a speaker here, and then it uses the speaker in the earpiece. So I can demonstrate.
Warning, this video contains flashes and moving images.
Oh, I know this is a directional microphone, but I can tell the difference between it coming out of the left and coming out of the right. This does have stereo sound. It uses this speaker here for the left, and it uses this speaker here for the right. So the speakers on this thing get quite loud, and I use it a lot to listen to Spotify and YouTube music. That's about all I have. If you're more interested in what it can do for video and pictures, definitely check out someone else who has a lot more knowledge and experience with that kind of stuff than I. What I can tell you is that if I was looking for a new phone, I'd rather spend $349 on this than spend $900 on this or more on something like this, which this is a couple years old now, but still. It's a great phone. You should absolutely get one if you're interested in getting one. It's going to stay in my pocket until the 4A 5G or the 5 comes out. Then I will upgrade to those. But for now, this is staying in my pocket. Please follow me on Twitter or Instagram, since right now it's going to be the only way to get in touch with me. Thank you very much for subscribing, and I'm sorry for the long delay. This is What Would Josh Do, and I'm out.